I got scammed for $2,200 for buying this van. Just about 8 months ago, I was in a desperate situation. My family was in a 2009 Corolla sedan that we had for over 10 years. And I was in a situation where I was so desperate, I knew that I did not want to have my family in a smaller vehicle. Now, someone that's in insurance, that hear a lot of different stories, this is something that you ultimately do not want to put your family in, especially in my type of industry and what I hear throughout my day-to-day. And I was in a situation where this was basically the last $2,200 that I had. I literally was in a position where I had to do something to make things happen for my family. Well, tell you a long story.
That dog was getting a little too reckless. So just making a long story short, I was basically desperate to get a vehicle. And I was looking on classified ads and Facebook Marketplace and anywhere that I can be able to buy a vehicle within my budget. And I was able to find a brand. I only trust Toyotas and Hondas, and I didn't care how old the car was. As long as the car was able to get me from point A to point B, and it was decent and reliable enough to get my family to where it needs to go, because we was within this 15-mile radius to anything that was important to us, church, gym, or to the grocery store, I was cool. I literally talked to this man. I told him flat out, hey, I just need something reliable until I'm able to get my family into a much newer and decent car. And he told me out his own mouth, he said, look, man, I would not put you in a situation, you and your family, in a vehicle that I wouldn't want my family in. And considering the fact that he just had a new baby girl that was just born recently, I had the unction to trust that, hey, maybe he had in good faith, because I wouldn't personally have took advantage of anyone knowing what I knew about the purchase, the sale of what I was going to give a person. And so needless to say, this dude flat out lied to me, man. Flat out took full advantage of the situation. After I gave this man the $2,200, instantly started seeing issues with this vehicle the next day. I took the car to the mechanic, and the mechanic told me flat out, he said, look, son, whoever you bought this vehicle from, you need to get your money ASAP, because this car is not deemably safe to be having your children in to ride from point A to point B. Now, mind you, anywhere I need to go is within 15-minute mile radius or less. That frustration of feeling that I had with the disappointment, knowing that I was trying to do everything I can to put my family in a bigger vehicle, and then this man took advantage of me. One thing that I learned from that lesson was, first and foremost, don't make a decision out of desperation. See, when you make a decision out of desperation, you will tend to pay it 4 times over due to your hasty decision. See, I understand, as the good book says, that he that seeks forth the kingdom shall everything be added unto him. And the fact of the matter is that when we move before God, sometimes we can pay for it based upon not acknowledging him first for the decision that we're trying to make. Number 2, having integrity. See, the Bible says that a good name is better than riches and gold. And see, that man, even though it was only $2,200, this man took advantage of me, which ultimately put his household in a predicament that can ultimately put his situation in a worse predicament because of what he sold into by lying and taking advantage of me. So this is why having integrity and being honest is a good thing and pays your future forward for the things that you do and how you treat people. One thing that I did take out of this is that I would never put anybody in a predicament to feel exactly how I felt 8 months ago when I was taken advantage of from that man, because at the end of the day, I was vulnerable. Hey, look, the signs was already there, but because I was so frustrated with having my family in a Corolla, I'm like, look, my family need to be in a bigger vehicle. I want them to be safe, because me being an insurance man and hearing the type of claims that I have to deal with throughout my day-to-day at work, I didn't want my family to be jeopardized by being in a smaller sedan. I wanted them in something bigger. This is why I made the decision. But one thing that I will tell you this on my platform, I will never lie to you. I'm going to tell you the up and up truth. And I want to be able to give you the sense of hope and inspiration that, look, my situation ain't unique. I'm just transparent enough to inspire men to be great in their present situation. Because at the end of the day, we all got a situation. We all got a story. We all got something going on. But when you trust God and allow God to lead you, man, interesting things that can happen when you put your faith in him, man. And I'm just here to just be a witness to his testimony, because at the end of the day, man, you know, I ain't ashamed. I'm not ashamed to admit that I messed up. And I just want you to understand, man, do not give up. Don't quit. Whatever happens when you fall back and you mess up again or do something wrong, as the Bible says, look, a righteous man will fall 7 times but rise up again. You got to keep on pressing through. You got to take them L's and learn for it and grow from it. And I just here wanted to give you guys my message of hope, and hope to inspire you to become the best version of yourself. Again, thank you for taking the time to hear my quick story. I'm definitely got more where this is coming from, but I just wanted to tell you guys on my platform, man, I'm going to give y'all the real, straight up. Again, my name is DeQuarius Beverly. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you very soon in the next one. God bless.